buttons, stickers, and T-shirts. The Kentucky Democrats say they brought in $70,000 from their new Moscow Mitch line of merchandise in the space of 24 hours, breaking their single-day online fundraising record. To celebrate today, they debuted what else? Barware to drink vodka out of. And this new nickname for the Senate Majority Leader, I gotta tell you, it's catchy. But it's also popular among Mitch McConnell's opponents because it appears to be driving Mitch McConnell so crazy. Last week, McConnell blocked for the umpteenth time legislation aimed at protecting American elections from Russian interference. Democratic senators cried foul, and Washington Post columnist Dana Milbank published a piece titled "Mitch McConnell is a Russian Asset," which argued that, quote, the Kentucky Republican is arguably more than any other American doing Russian President Vladimir Putin's bidding. Then the phrase Moscow Mitch started trending on social media, and it is clearly getting under his normally tough shell. Earlier this week, McConnell took to the Senate floor, not to decry Russian interference in our elections, which his own body's intelligence community warns is ongoing. No. Mitch McConnell fired up the C-SPAN cameras to angrily denounce people calling him Moscow Mitch. He even decried the relentless Twitter mockery as modern-day McCarthyism. Reporters who cover the Senate closely called the speech pretty fiery, at least for McConnell. But McConnell's peak on this issue is showing, and he's getting it from all directions on this one. Not just in his home state, where Democrats hoping to oust him next year are having a field day with the Moscow Mitch meme, but also on the front page of the New York Times, which reported this week that McConnell is seething about the nickname. McConnell may be a bit sensitive because he's long prided himself on being a Russia hawk, and he's having a hard time painting those election security bills as some kind of partisan Democratic ploy. After all, that aforementioned bipartisan report from the Republican-led Senate Intelligence Committee said, quote, Russian activities demand renewed attention to vulnerabilities in U.S. voting infrastructure. And last week, both Robert Mueller and FBI Director Chris Wray testified that more needs to be done to stop Russian meddling in 2020. And yet, Mitch McConnell just won't let those election protection bills get to the floor. So Mitch McConnell is unamused about all this pressure on him right now. And this weekend, he's slated to appear at the Fancy Farm Picnic, a legendary annual Kentucky political event where politicians roast their rivals. So what kind of reception awaits him in Kentucky? Joining us now is Joe Sonka, staff writer at Insider Louisville. Mr. Sonka, thanks so much for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me, Joe.
So that last question first. What is awaiting Mitch McConnell when he gets to this fun fair?
Fancy Farm is a very unique little place in western Kentucky, and it's kind of a cross between Crossfire and pro wrestling, where you have each candidate roasting each other, but mainly you have partisans on both sides screaming and jeering at the candidates and yelling insults at them and heckling them to the point where you can barely hear the candidates themselves.
Oh, that's actually fun.
It used to be unique. Now in the Trump era, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, Kentucky Democrats are claiming that Moscow Mitch actually was coined in Kentucky. Can you explain?
So Moscow Mitch, Democrats are really excited about this. They think that it has legs, not only because they broke an online fundraiser record for one day, and they still raised $70,000.